Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast. Let's talk about the AFC West.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Box Score Sports Podcast YouTube channel. I'm your host, Ryan. Hello. And today what we're going to do is we're going to predict the standings for the AFC West. Now, this is going to be a harder division, but now this is just going to be a quick 5 to 10 minute video. If you'd like a little longer discussion, down below in my podcast, the YouTube description, I have a podcast where I talk to a Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs, and Broncos fan, and we just dive into every single team. We talk about green flags going into the season, red flags going into the season, moves we liked, moves we didn't like, what concerns us, what doesn't, what we're excited about. We get into all that. That's down below in the description below if you'd like more of a conversation with fans of the actual teams. In this episode, in this clip, though, I'm going to give you my final predictions going into the season for the AFC West. Now, let's start with who I have finishing number one, Kansas City Chiefs. Now, there is concern. Chris Jones not showing up, but now that Bosa's signed, maybe Chris Jones will be signed, but that is a concern. That has to be a concern for the Chiefs. And not only that, with Kelsey's injury, that is a concern. Part of me thinks the offense is now going to prove that they can be better without Kelsey, even though I don't think that's going to be possible, but it sort of reminds me a little bit of like what happened last year when Tyreek Hill was traded to the Dolphins, my team. Everybody thought that the Chiefs offense would be worse, and as I predicted, they were still the best offense in the league. Mahomes won MVP. So I just think that the Chiefs are still going to find ways to figure it out, and I have the Chiefs winning this division at 13-4, and I think they're going to be the number one seed as well. They still have the best quarterback in the NFL. They have one of, if not the best coach in the NFL. I like their defense a little bit more this year than I did last year. And obviously you're concerned with the skill position players, but if Kelsey's healthy, it's really not that much different than it was last year. It's a little bit younger. They got another wide receiver in the draft. Can Sky Moore take another step? And I really like Isaiah Pacheco, so I think he's going to have sort of a breakout year as well. So I have, again, the Chiefs 13-4. Let's go to who I have finishing second in this division, and that is the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, this might come as a surprise to people. I have them finishing 9-8. Listen, love their offense. I think Kellen Moore is going to come in and just change things. I hope I'm wrong. Justin Herbert in the playoffs would be fun. That team will be fun in the playoffs, and I don't want Justin Herbert to have a career like Dan Marino. I just don't. He's too talented. The problem is I just don't trust the coach. After what happened last year, that type of collapse in the first round of the playoffs, that ruins teams. Look what it did to the Atlanta Falcons. I'm just saying, look what it did to them when they had a big collapse up 28-3. They never recovered. I'm worried that Brandon Staley might have lost the locker room in that instance, and I could be wrong, but I just don't trust the coach. I can't. I won't. And the Chargers seem to Charger. Even the Charger fan on the podcast, when he joined me, he's like, I just can't trust it. Although he did predict them having a winning record. I'm going to predict them at 9-8, and I have them just barely missing the playoffs. Chargers fan, in the comment below, if you're a Chargers fan, just tell me why I'm wrong. And I hope I'm wrong, by the way. Again, just would be exciting to see them. Number 3. The Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos, I think, are going to finish third. I have them at 7-10 this year. I think their offense is going to be better, and I think their defense is going to be pretty good as well. Adding Sean Payton is huge. It seems like Russell Wilson will buy in. has bought into Sean Payton and the Broncos this year. I like Javonte Williams. I was listening to other podcasts though, and they kind of talk about something that's kind of unfortunate is like with the injury that Williams had, it usually takes about 2 years before you become the player that you should be. Like it just takes an extra year to recover. So he'll recover. He'll kind of like get back into football shape this year, in my opinion, and then he'll be amazing next year. That's what I'm guessing. I love Javonte Williams. I hope that happens. I love Sutton. I love Judy. I think that this team's offense is going to be better with Sean Payton at the helm, but they're in a tough division and they're in a tough conference. And I think it's going to just be a year for them to change the culture totally around the Sean Payton. And I think next year is when the Broncos are going to look to get into the playoffs. And I think they're going to be better for it. The atmosphere there is so much better, but I have them finishing 7-10. Broncos fans, in the comments below, tell me why I'm wrong. I could be wrong. By the way, dark horse team. That's a dark horse team. I have 3 in the AFC: Patriots, Titans, Broncos. I think all 3 of those teams, wouldn't be surprised if they're good. Let's go to who I have finishing last. That's the Raiders. I have them finishing, let's see here, 5-12. I'm going to say 5-12. I have 6-11 written down. I'm going to go 5-12. Their defense is just not good. I don't have faith that it'll be better. Their offense, Jimmy G gets injured. I think that's would be unfortunate for the Raiders, although their backup quarterback has had a really good preseason, so maybe it won't be the worst thing. I just don't trust Josh McDaniels. I don't think he's a good head coach. I think he's sort of like on the Belichick tree, not as egregious, but like a Matt Patricia. Like it's something about him I just don't trust. I just don't trust Josh McDaniels. I know he was a great coordinator. It's easy to be a great coordinator when Tom Brady is your quarterback. So we'll see what happens. I could be wrong, but I just see their defense giving up way too much points and their offense not being able to have that many points or put up that many points because, Jimmy G is limited and I just don't trust McDaniels. So we'll see if I'm right about that. So again, I have the Chiefs finishing 13-4, the Chargers 9-8, then the Broncos 7-10, and the 5-12 Raiders. And only the Chiefs making the playoffs, and I'm going to have them as the number 1 seed. So let me know in the comments down below how wrong I am or how right I am, whether you agree or disagree, but also why. Why is it that I'm wrong, or why do you agree with me? What do you have for me? Leave that down in the comments below. Please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, by the way. I hope you guys enjoyed the clip, and we will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.